What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta.
4 matches, because there's only a 1-match pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't do my hair.
No.
Nikki looking 10 times better than I do. Pretty much all the time.
Whatever.
All the time.
I mean, I'll take it, but whatever.
Please take compliments from your husband, please. Oh, and before we get started, I know last week we promised an episode of Radcast.
Oh, yeah. You know...
Life happens.
You know how last week we said that I had gone to the hospital and it was a weird week?
Yeah.
The hospital wasn't involved. Thank God.
Thank God.
But last week... More
sickness.
More sickness happened.
Household.
It just happened with our daughter.
Yeah.
So it's been a very trying past 2 weeks in the Dimalanta household.
Yeah. So go back and watch the first episode of the Radcast, and we'll be up to date this week.
Yes.
Talking about plenty to talk about on that on that show. So,
knock on wood, everything appears to be. We appear to be
past it, sort
stable.
Yeah.
So
we're all fine now here. Thank you. How are you?
Lord help us. I'm so fucking tired of seeing doctors.
Yeah.
Oh
don't you have a doctor's appointment on Thursday?
Yeah.
But this is an annual visit thing.
It's an annual visit.
It's not unexpected.
She's real cool.
Yeah.
No, I like her.
Yeah.
She's cool. I don't mind seeing her. She's the best.
Yeah, she's the best. Anyway, so no news to go over, I don't think. Again, we weren't paying attention.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, there probably is news, and I definitely don't know.
I think there was like announcements about the next tournaments. I think that's the only big thing that came out was IG tournament, IG Star Wars, and the teams will be 8 competitors. So 8 teams for the teams tournament, 8 competitors for the IG and Star Wars.
Interesting.
And then it was like a ridiculous 32 competitor singles tournament.
Something like that.
So
32, 34, 24.
Something. It's more than.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's high.
It's very high. So yeah, I think that's the big announcements. I mean, I love tournaments.
Yeah.
I almost won one last year. So yeah.
They're a little stressful, but you know
they're stressful, but they're fantastic to watch.
That's
as
for
a
sure.
fan, it's awesome. As a competitor, very stressful.
As a wife of a competitor, also stressful.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into the matches just to get right into it.
Okay. What do we have here? Oh, okay. We have a singles match. We have Jessica, the sleeper Schloth of the Den, versus Frankie, the animal Alvarez of the Usual Suspects. All right, let's do this. Round 1. Jess missed a question about Tropic Thunder. Good movie.
Love that movie.
They both missed a question about Stardust.
Not the Stardust that we'd think of.
No, a movie called Stardust. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's like some kind of indie film or whatever. I don't know. I feel like the joke is that like nobody has paid attention to Stardust, but PJ likes it or something.
I think
maybe people will now watch
joke.
it. I don't know. Who knows? At the end of round 1, it's 6-7 in favor of Frankie. Round 2. Jess goes. She spins 2010s. She goes to multiple choice 1 time, missed it, and it was stolen. Frankie goes. He spins away from Stephen King, decides to go a little, decides to roll the dice a little.
Roll the dice, go slice hunting.
Yeah, man. I don't know what he was trying to get, but he got Jodie Foster. Love him.
Any League fans out there?
I know we've
done it before, but
I can't say Jodie Foster without referencing that line in the league.
2 things that always pop up in the show when we have to do the meme:
John Cena and Jodie Foster. Yeah. I can't.
We have to.
It's
the
law.
It's a law around here.
Take it up with the judge, not me. Multiple choice twice. He misses one, and it did get stolen. A little bit of a back and forth.
Got that point
here.
Back. Yep.
Stolen points. And then he goes to multiple choice the second time, did get it. So by the end of round 2, 13-13. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, it evens out because he goes to multiple choice one more time than she did. So I get it.
Yeah.
Round 3, 2-pointer for Jess. Musicals. James Corden, Dame Judi Dench.
Dame Judi Dench.
And Jason Derulo appear in what 2019? Hello? Can I help you?
What? No.
Oh, I thought you were like reacting.
No, Jason Derulo, really? I must have missed that part of the question.
He was.
Jason Derulo.
I thought you were, I'm like, he does that in every song.
JJJJJR.
That's not weird. What?
He does that in his music too. Yeah, Jason Derulo. Or I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Don't
Jason Derulo. He does that every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Just like DJ Khaled. Another one. We
the best music.
Give it up, DJ Khaled. Lord. Anyways, they all appear in what 2019 musical based off of a legendary Broadway show, The Abomination of Cats.
Oh yeah.
You remember Jason Derulo as a kid?
Have you heard the whole everything behind why it ended up being such a bad movie?
Because they put digital butts on the cats.
Well, no, and the reason, like, you know, it's like cats. It's like everybody loves cats, and you expected to pour all this money into it and have at least the VFX look at least decent.
Sure.
And everybody's like, "What happened to the VFX? They look like crap."
It's an abomination.
Did you hear like why that is?
I thought it was because of the butts.
No, because so the director, I think he's like his first time directing a movie that's like Hollywood level budget for VFX.
Multi-millions.
Yeah, multi-millions, start pouring all this money into VFX, and you'd see, you know what, if I say dailies, you know what I mean, right?
Nope.
So dailies are like, it's just basically just
what
like
you do day to day.
Well, it's just like an update on what you do and like how the things are going.
Okay.
And obviously a daily for VFX aren't like, because I do it all the time with you with like all my VFX. Like, how's this looking? Like, is this the final or is this like a first draft? So they're drafts basically.
Right.
And I'm like, no, it's the first draft. So you're not expecting the VFX to be.
So we're doing dailies when you ask me those questions.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, loosely, but
sure.
He would expect the looselies and he would expect the dailies and like, why does it look so bad?
This does sound familiar.
Yeah, it's like, why does it look so bad? Like, it's like,
because it's not done, man.
Because it's like a draft, bro. We want to make sure the timing's on, make sure like the shot is the way you want it. And he's like, no, I want a final render, basically. He's like, I want when you come to me, basically being like, when it comes to me, I'm expecting a final draft, basically.
Yep,
so they kept pouring all this money into like just dailies, and like they ran out of money.
Wow.
And it's like, well.
My man.
Things
cost money, and money is not infinite.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
God.
you're not going to... It's like, why does it look like a previs? Because it is the previs?
Wow.
So it's like, wow, man. Then
it's a rough cut. You still got to render and whatever.
Exactly. It's like, why isn't the roto done? Because we got to make sure that it...
Roto is another word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you expect somebody to understand that.
Obviously, Cats was a resounding success, so I'm sure he learned his lesson. Okay. Anyway, she got it.
Yeah.
2-pointer for Frankie. Horror. What is the name of the titular killer Saint Bernard in the 1983 movie based on a novel by Stephen King? Cujo. Didn't realize he was a Saint Bernard.
What's wrong with this dog? Seriously, what's wrong with the dog?
Is that a line from the movie?
Friends. When Rachel decides to watch Cujo all by herself. This is when Joey falls in love with Rachel.
Oh, that's later.
Wow. No, really, you don't remember that?
God, no, not really.
Not really? Wow. Yeah, well, this is back when like the episodes started. They started stretching for like stories. Oh, let's make Joey fall in love with Rachel.
Like, I love Friends, but it was like, no.
Yeah, that Joey Rachel romance was like.
It was like shoehorned.
Yeah.
Not a fan. I mean, I'll watch it, I guess, if nothing else is on. But like, you know,
it's on HBO Max.
You know, I did not remember.
Friends on HBO Max.
Good to know. On a rainy day when it's like, I don't want to watch the endless content on Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube. Let me watch Friends for the 5 millionth time.
You don't want to watch Solo for the 50 millionth time. I want to watch Friends for the 50 millionth.
Hey, I like Solo. I'll watch that.
Hey, man, it's a good movie.
I like Solo. It's a good movie.
Honestly, at this point, there's not really a bad Star Wars film in my eyes at this point.
I agree. I have issues,
in
some places, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Better than Cats.
Yeah.
Am I right, lady?
Very sure the VFX are better than Cats.
They didn't spend millions of dollars putting butts on their cats. You know what I'm saying?
No, they spent $1 million to remove the butts off the cats.
Oh, that's they were adding the butts.
No, because they spent all this time and nobody noticed the butts on the cats, so they went back and had to digitally remove the not the butts, the you know what I mean? Yeah.
The balloon nut.
Thank you. Yeah. I guess he viewed one of the dailies like, why are there? Can we remove those?
Why is that so anatomically accurate? This is supposed to be a kids movie. Oh man. I thought that they were adding the butts to make it feel more real.
They found it to be very offensive.
Very distracting.
Very distracting. So they spent millions of dollars removing that part of the cat.
I want to know who were the people that were involved in putting the butts there in the first place, only to have their hard work erased.
That's the thing about.
Can you imagine being like, yeah, I was the butthole guy. And they erased all of my hard work.
Do I have to bleep that on YouTube?
I don't think so.
That's
all my hard work.
That's one of the things about VFX. Like I've always wondered, like things like because there are, I remember watching behind the scenes for. Sorry, big tangent here, but like things like in not Lord of the Rings in Game of Thrones, the scene when Daenerys goes into spoiler, she goes into the fire with the eggs, and then she gets reborn as mother dragons, and the dragons have hatched. Right. You got to do all that work to get because they're on her her arm and on her shoulders, so you got to track all that stuff. But they went as far as make a digital version of her and remap her movement so it's as accurate as possible to have the dragons and stuff. So somebody had to spend hours upon hours upon hours animating a 3D model to go over her body.
Oh, it's so dumb.
The awkward part is you have to watch a nude clip of Emilia Clarke for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So like,
not too bad of it.
It's not, but not
too bad of
at some point it's like.
At some point it's kind of like, all right, enough.
Yeah, like that one episode of Friends. Like if I see one more
cup of coffee
or something like that, yeah,
it's true.
It's just one of those things about VFX. I would love to talk to somebody about. It's like, does it get old sometimes? Like
Probably.
You spend so many hours on this one clip,
and then they remove your butthole.
Yeah,
it's gotta be rough.
It's gotta be rough.
That poor guy or gal or team, man, I feel bad for them. Anyways, I didn't know Cujo was a St. Bernard.
Bring it back.
Bringing it back. 3-pointer for Jess. Fantasy sci-fi. What 2008 romantic fantasy film based on a story by F. Scott Fitzgerald featured supporting performances from Taraji P. Henson, Jared Harris, and Tilda Swinton. Used a very well-used JTE on this one, and she pulled out the Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah, because you
got it right.
You asked me this question. I'm like, God, it sounds so familiar. And you're like, if I give
you the main character, the main actor.
Yeah, you give me the lead, I'm gonna know it right away.
Yeah.
But that's a great way to ask that question.
Yeah.
Because if you say, oh, Brad Pitt, and then you list off the supports, it's like, yeah, duh, it's Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
But you take out Brad Pitt, and it's like, it makes the question like 10 times harder.
Is Brad Pitt Benny Boy?
Yes. I haven't seen the film.
I would assume.
I haven't seen the film. Even though
How could you cast Brad Pitt and not have him be the main person? 3-pointer for Frankie. Matthew McConaughey. I don't think you can get past a Matthew McConaughey without an all right.
Any kind of version of it.
What is the name of the McConaughey film? I mean, actually, I don't remember if they did it. I think they did.
Mark did it. He did a very subdued all right.
There you go.
All right, and a third all right.
What is the name of the McConaughey film about a video store clerk who agrees to have his life filmed by a camera crew for a television show? Sounds very much like the Truman Show, but that's Jim Carrey. Ed TV, I think is what he said. I don't know. He got it. 5-pointer for Jess. Romance. Kyle Chandler plays Kate Blanchett's estranged husband in this film by director Todd Haynes. Carol. Oh, and she missed it, unfortunately. Yeah. So 5-pointer miss for Jess. Okay, Frankie, all on you, baby boy. 5-pointer for Frankie. Biopics. John S. Baird directed John C. Reilly in what 2010's biopic? Stan and Ollie. He did miss it. Oh my God. Oof. 18-18. Let's go into sudden death, everybody. God. A lot of sudden death.
Sudden deaths this season. So many. We're gearing towards double-digit sudden death matches.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot because that just means you burn through that many more questions.
Yeah,
and it's
PJ and Troy stuff are like, stop it,
everybody.
Just stop it. Especially in Star Wars, we've seen
a lot.
Two sudden deaths in Star Wars.
I don't know.
Pretty sure.
I don't know. Sudden death. Question 1. Something about Lincoln. They both missed it. Whoa. Question 2. Brokeback Mountain. Michelle Williams. They both got it.
Yeah, I said Anne Hathaway, which was wrong.
I didn't even know she was in that movie. Question 3. I haven't seen it. Question 3.
I haven't either.
The Great Khali. Something about them. In The Longest Yard. Frankie got it. Jess missed with that. 19-20 in favor of Frankie. Taking it home to the suspects.
And you guys need these points because you're at the bottom half of the leaderboard.
It's been rough.
Yeah.
You could say. Yeah.
Because like, you had all those big matches with Lightning Time, Erwin, and all those
Liz
Roca that just couldn't get it. And now the bottom, not the bottom half of your roster, but your rookie seems to be doing well.
Yeah.
And Amaru as well, who I think we get to in the next match. Spoiler alert, sorry. But yeah, your rookies are performing, so it's like that balance when when one half of your roster is performing, you're counting on the other half to pick up steam. And
yeah, actually,
doing really well.
What is it? 3 out of these 4 matches are suspects involved.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah,
great job, Frankie. This was a great match.
It was.
They were. I feel like they were well matched.
Oh, absolutely.
They were well matched. I mean, that's evidenced by the fact that they went to sudden death. Mm-hmm. So. The way some of these people are playing, it makes me really excited for such a large singles tournament.
Yeah, and the winner of this one, so Frank now gets to go up against Radis.
Rager.
Yeah, so that's gonna be. I think that's another fairly even like match for these two.
Skill and movie trivia aside, I'm just excited to see these characters and personalities go against each other because Frankie just kind of comes in like. Here I am.
Yeah.
You got an outspoken personality. I'm a lot of fun, outgoing.
And then how can you not hear Radis?
Radis, who's just got his, Bloody Mary in a skull, which we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Since his first match.
Again, I'm interested to see once we stop pairing these guys up with
other rookies.
After this next match, whoever comes out of this next match,
you cannot have another rookie.
They'll be 3-0.
I don't know how it works. I don't know how matchups work.
The winner of this next match is 3-0.
Yeah.
You can't get put up against another rookie that's 3-0. You have to give them a seasoned veteran.
Right.
You have to give them somebody on the level of.
I don't even know. I
don't want to say names, but you can't give somebody another. You can't give them another rookie that's like, oh, they're both 3-0, so we have to give them each other, right?
Because granted, just because you're a rookie doesn't mean that you're a lower tier player. That's not what we're trying to say at all. Yeah. What we're trying to say is, I want to see you get really tested by somebody who is battle tested. They've been in this game for at least a year before you, and they've got a bit more experience. They've got a bigger record, you know.
Because I can totally see them if what is his name, Griffey Nooms goes. What is he 2-0 now?
Yes,
he's 2-0. So what if he goes 3-0? It's like, all right, so the winner of the Radis Frankie gets Nooms.
No, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that.
Griff is amazing.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. But I want to see you go against a veteran.
And speaking from a competitor standpoint as well, if I'm one of these guys, like, give me a veteran going into, like, I don't want the first time I see a veteran is the tournament.
Yeah.
Because that's when the pressure's really on. Give me a veteran now.
Yeah.
So then I know I can get my feet with a veteran, see where I stack up. If I beat them, I got all this momentum going in the tournament. If I lose, it's like, well, how did I lose? Did it come down to the 5? Did I just like completely crumble?
Yeah.
That's where I know where I stand going into the tournament. And then when I do hit a veteran in the tournament, that's the nerves are gone.
Yeah. And also, if you can go up against a veteran who is going to be a tough opponent, a challenge for you, you can have the opportunity to shut people like us up who are like, so I need another rookie.
Exactly.
You know? So if you can beat a veteran, and I'm not talking like it's a flirt and flouse, you know, like somebody who's going to give you a run for your money.
Who's got somebody else who has a winning record.
Yeah. You know, and then if you beat them, whoa, there you go.
There you go.
You're really skyrocketing yourself to the top of the conversation. And if you lose, then it's a learning opportunity. Yeah. You know, it doesn't mean that you're crap.
Yeah, it's just like, well, I know where I stand.
Okay, exactly. Now I know where the cards have fallen. I know where I need to work on, and it's I don't know. I don't know how to say it without sounding almost kind of like offensive.
Yeah,
you know, because I never want to do that. But yeah. It would just be nice to see. There are so many rookies. I'm sure it's hard to not keep putting them up against each other.
Yeah, I think that's
probably part of it.
That's probably what you run into. It's like, look at all these talents that they haven't launched yet. We need to like put them against each other. So it's like the last man of the rookies, undefeated rookies standing.
Yeah,
and that's a storyline in itself that writes itself.
Yeah.
So, but I want to see it. So, like more sooner than later, see one of these undefeated rookies go up against somebody that's doesn't get shaken by not getting a perfect round,
right?
Or gives a steal away in the second.
They've seen it all before.
They've seen it already before, and there's like, all right, whatever, that's fine. And they, you know what I mean?
Like, I'm not saying put him up against Dan Murrell. That's ridiculous. No. But like, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Am I right, ladies?
Yeah, you're right. Next match. We've got another singles match. We've got the tyrant, Ty Lieberman of the Finstock Exchange versus Josh the Carpathian Horowitz. Still don't know what that means.
I really would like to
Gotta read a book. I looked it up, and it was something about a mountain range. I need to read a book or something. Anyways,
I know where some of these nicknames come from.
On the Mercs. Yeah, especially that one.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Did he choose it himself?
Because I looked up Carpathian, like, Carpathian, what does it mean? And Google was like, a mountain range somewhere, dummy? I'm like, why is that his nickname? Maybe he traveled there.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't talked to him at all.
At me, Josh. He doesn't. He's definitely not going to watch this.
He
seems like a cool guy.
Yeah. I'll talk to Koi about it. It's like, hey,
explain Carpathian to me.
Explain them to me, please.
Round 1. Ty missed the question about gods of Egypt. Also made what I thought to be a very funny comment. One of the movies that was an answer was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and he said that those were his weekend plans. Thought that was very funny. A little bit of a delayed response there.
I keep forgetting how much I love Tyler Lieberman's character. Because like he does all these antics. He's eating shrimp cocktail, drinking wine, changing his scarf. And he's very animated.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
And at some point, is it just not character and is it mind games? Because I could see it being mind games with the camera. Because like he purposely tries to put his cup down quietly, but it's like.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
And it's like, that can get really. And he conveniently does it right before the question gets asked.
I used to do that kind of stuff when I played basketball.
Exactly.
That's true.
See, there's small little things like you never would think of. And he does it, and it's like, is he doing that on purpose?
Is he playing a little dirty? I know I was doing it
on purpose. No, yeah. I ran cross country, and you'd think cross country isn't dirty. Wait until you get, especially in Florida, where you get into the wooded area where there's nobody watching.
Then the bows come out.
The bows come out.
That's rough.
The bow, you're like, you're trying to pass, and the guy keeps cutting you off, and you slip by and just throw him a couple jabs at the elbow.
And cross country like, teacher.
No, because everybody did it. Everybody did it.
Did the coaches know? They just kind of turned a blind eye.
No, they turned blind because we had an assistant head coach that was he went to our high school and he was a runner for all 4 years, and he graduated, left college, came back. He was like, I can't remember what he majored in, but he ended up being the assistant head coach for the boys cross country team, and he was like, when you're back in the woods.
When you're back in the woods, you know what to do.
Don't forget.
Winky.
Yeah, and there's also courses where I would run by a recession pond, and it's like the narrow the path was like maybe this long, this wide.
Push him in the pond.
Yeah.
What? I was joking.
That's happened before.
God.
That has happened before.
That's hilarious.
There was we had a rival high school. I can't remember the name of it, but we didn't like each other.
Wow. That's hilarious.
It got rough. It got real rough out there.
I miss high school, but at the same time, it's like, no, I don't.
It got real rough when it would start raining in the middle of a race and you forgot your cleats.
That sucks.
Ooh, man.
I never run in cleats.
It's fun.
all 2 sports that I played growing up were indoor.
I ran cross country, did track, I did pole for 2 years, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucks.
I was surprised nobody ever ran over each other with their cleats on their feet. I think that was kind of like an unwritten rule. Where it's like, come on, dude.
That's really actually.
And I'm not, when I say throwing bows, I'm not like we're like going for haymakers. It was like a nice little like a tap, like, hey,
tap.
Yeah, a little love tap, like get out of my way. I've been trying to pass you, because I think at least for when I was running, it was like, hey, on your left, like Captain America, on your left, because like I know I'm gonna pass you. Move the over because I don't want to, like, you know what I mean. But
yeah.
So people would play dirty. It's like on your left, on your left, on your left, and then they move over. So, yeah.
Jerks.
Sorry.
Yeah, I would do stuff like that in basketball too. Mm.
So bringing it back. So I'm
wondering.
They
never caught me, so it wasn't against the rules.
Yeah. It's only illegal until you get caught.
I never fouled out of a game. I maybe came close once. I think I came close one time.
So yeah. So anyway,
I've never fouled out, so it was fine.
Yeah. So bringing it back to this one, I'm wondering if this is more how much of it is character and how much is it mind games? Because this is a new level.
When you don't know somebody outside of the Schmoedown, all you see on the screen is all you know of who they may be as a person. outside of the Schmoedown, and that may very well not be who they are.
Because there were several points where he put his cup down. I'm like, that was very loud, and that's annoying to me as an audience member.
That. Huh.
I could be reading too much into this, but if it is some sort of mind games with the opponent, that's genius. It's art because he does it so effortlessly, and like
now I want to go back and like skip through it and watch.
It's good. He's good.
We'll watch.
Love the character too. I love the tyrant. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's funny.
Yeah.
Josh got a perfect round. Unfortunately, he missed the bonus. So with that 7-8, still in favor of Josh.
Yeah.
Round 2. Joshy boy spins away from video game movies and gets opponent's choice. Oh boy. He gets given video game movies. Naturally. He got a perfect round 2.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, well, there's a challenge.
There was a challenge. Yeah. It was like the director of a Mortal Kombat movie or something.
Yeah.
And he said Paul W. Anderson. And Ty was like, initials in the middle.
Semantics.
You know, there should be another initial or something like that. Yeah. There's lots of Paul Andersons and differentiating a herp derp.
Yeah.
And eventually it got overruled. They're saying the way he answered it was sufficient to show that he knew. It was basically benefit of the doubt.
This is where benefit of the doubt totally comes into play. Because you knew he mean W.S. Anderson. Yeah. But he gave enough to know.
I know who you're talking about.
I know who you're talking about. I know that you know the right answer. Overruled. Yeah. So that's where this is an example where benefit of the doubt totally comes into play.
Yeah, I think it was a very appropriate use of it.
Yeah.
Perfect round 2 though. Well, now opponent's choice. Whoops. Ty goes. He also spins opponent's choice. He gets given young adult movies. Young adult adaptations. He goes to multiple choice twice.
Oh, no, that was in the last match. My bad.
Yeah. He goes to multiple choice twice. Got them both. 13-16 in favor of Josh by the end of round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Round 3. 2-pointer for Ty. Disaster Films. Who plays Jack Hall? Jake Gyllenhaal's father, who was a paleoclimatologist. And that's made up.
It's like an imperial science officer. You're making that up.
You just put a bunch of science
You're just putting words together.
That's not real. That probably is. Paleoclimatologist and must make it. Sorry to all the paleoclimatologists.
Maybe we shouldn't crap on math publicly.
You really should not on paleoclimatology in public.
Really. Don't do it.
Learn your lesson, please. I will never talk about math ever again. It's a very essential part of our lives.
It is.
Who plays Jack Hall, a paleoclimatologist who probably uses math and must make a daring trek from Washington, D.C. to New York City to reach his son in the day after tomorrow? Dennis Quaid. Got it.
It's Quaid.
3-pointer for Ty. Matthew McConaughey again.
All right.
There you go. Who directed Matty Boy in the 2001 thriller Frailty? Bill Paxton. R.I.P., right?
Yes.
I think.
I don't know.
He was that used car salesman in True Lies. He died, right? In real life.
Yes, you're right.
R.I.P. Bill. 2-pointer for Josh. I just gave away an answer to a True Lies question. Bill Paxton was the smarmy
stop flexing.
Used car salesman. That's low hanging fruit. That's
stop it.
That's not even a 2-pointer.
Did he pass away?
I think he did.
Huh. We've lost so many, like over the past couple of years, we've lost so many celebrities. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. You're all welcome for that answer, by the way. 2-pointer for Josh. New releases. Who plays the lead role of John Garrity, a structural engineer in Greenland? Gerard Butler. Got it. 3-pointer for Josh.
What has Butler been up to lately?
Scottish things.
What was his last big role?
300.
That was a while ago. Oh. No, I think the Olympus Has Fallen franchise is his last well-known
Never
role.
Seen it. That's a franchise. There's more than one.
There's 3. There's Olympus Has Fallen. There's 2.
Again.
Is there 2?
Olympus Falls Harder.
No, yeah, there's 3. There's Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, and then the one where everybody's hunting him.
Paris Has Fallen.
That was good. That was very good. No, it was Halo Has Fallen. They'll put it in the comments because I'm pretty sure there's 3. The third one, he goes on the run. He has to track down his father, who's played by what's his name from Third Rock from the Sun. The dad.
Oh my God, John Lithgow.
Yes.
Call me Christian. That was TV. That actually doesn't matter.
Is that him? I've only seen the trailer and clips of him, so don't quote me on that.
It was Jerry B. He got it. Mm-hmm. 3-pointer for Josh. The 1990s. Matthew Modine stars opposite which actress who plays Morgan Adams in the film Cutthroat Island. Sounds like a dating show on like Lifetime channel.
Oh, yeah.
Gina Davis, he got
What was that one when they couldn't see each other? Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
I remember we watched a couple episodes in that. Like, this
What a
is
show.
so like every stupid like
It was like
reality
72
show.
hours into blind dating, like 3 blind dates, and they're like,
I love you. Oh my god!
I can't wait to see you and have your baby and,
And
get married.
of course, the one couple that were like, they have no shot at this.
They're like still together.
Still together.
No, there's another couple that's still together.
Is it?
As far as I know, I just forget all their
Well,
names.
the one that we thought was really
my
going
God,
to
what's
stick
that
together.
one guy's name? Amber was the girl,
Mm-hmm.
and it was some other like uncommon name for a dude. Oh man,
Leslie or something. I don't know.
Leslie.
Don't look it up. Let's not waste our time with this.
Man, I'm gonna need to look it up after this, otherwise I won't be able to sleep. Barnett.
Ah, yeah, that's it.
I think it was Amber and Barnett. I can't believe Barnett would do that to me. Like we really had a connection in the room.
The blonde, like the 30-year-old blonde or
Something,
whatever like
I don't
that.
know. But
like
he was
30's
like
old now.
He was like wanting to propose to the one girl after not having seen her, but then he like proposed to Amber. And I can't believe you did that to me.
I mean, God, we crap on these people all the time. It's like, well, you're stuck in a room with somebody for like 4 days straight, and they have no internet, no TV. I think it's kind of like cabin. Like what?
Yeah.
What's the syndrome called? When you fall in love with your captor.
Oh my God.
It has to be a variation of
That one. Yeah, I can't think of it.
It has to be some kind of variation of that where like everything, like, you know what I mean? Like your senses are like super like
your
heightened.
world is so focused.
Yeah, your world is so focused, so everything is like
else is shut out.
yeah, everything's like so heightened that like your emotions are so like on edge.
Yeah.
That like I am in love with this person. And you forget what love really is outside of this small little world that you created for yourself.
Yeah.
So
some psychologists, I'm sure they do studies of these shows.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be some kind of phenomenon that
Because
explains.
look at that. They're totally in love with each other, but then they get out to the real world and it's like the magic is
I kind
gone.
of fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Like, get out of my house.
It's like, yeah, this is real life.
Yeah.
So.
No, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Let me run it.
Oh my God. I can't believe you almost proposed to her.
Don't you remember our third blind date on day 3 when I told you about my family? I thought we had a connection. Barnett. All right. Anyways, 5-pointer for Ty. Modern classics. Who directed Jim Carrey in 1998's The Truman Show? Peter Weir, I think. Got it.
Yes.
5-pointer for Josh. Okay, here we go.
Oh my God.
Action adventure. Lord Humongous. There's potential in that name.
Yep.
Is the name of the main villain in what 1980s dystopian action sequel? I'm going to be honest, sounds like a bad guy from the Lego movie.
It does. Oh, you're thinking Lord Business.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Humongous could be the sequel's bad guy. Easily.
He's like the life-size Lego character. And it's like, oh my God, he's humongous.
But he's like, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
He was like actually really tiny. But like because of that, because in my brain I was like, wow, that sounds like a Lego movie bad guy. The whole time I'm like, okay, animated kids movie. Not an animated kids movie.
And the year too, so.
The Road Warrior, isn't that Mad Max?
Mad Max, yeah.
He got it 23-26. Josh takes it home to the Mercs.
Hell yeah.
Josh is sneaky good.
He is sneaky good. And what's making him more dangerous now is he's really getting into it. Like his
Yeah.
first match was like, oh yeah, movie trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like basically almost a celebrity match, quote unquote.
Kind of, but no.
But then you can see like he's starting to like flow into the rhythm. He's using his repeats like really well. And,
He's
like,
using all of his time
Yeah.
to really think it through,
Some-
whether it's for dramatic purposes or actual thinking purposes.
And for that purpose alone, he's unintentionally like playing the game.
Yeah.
Like playing mind games like
Yeah.
Ty is. So if he can really like his movie knowledge is already sneaky good.
Yeah.
But if he can really get a grasp on this game, like it looks like he really is at this point.
Yeah. And maybe even playing a couple mind games here and there. I'll tell you what, I would love to see Horowitz Nooms.
Oh yes.
my God.
Yes.
That would be
that's a rookie match, quote unquote, that I would like, because
that would be like a rookie headlining match.
yeah,
Like,
because
oh man.
both of them are not playing like rookies.
No, they are
You can
not.
tell that they're not getting shaken by the camera, obviously, because Horowitz.
Well, they both have, lots of eyes on them, I think. A lot.
Yeah.
So,
So like, I would love to see that match.
oh man.
That would be so good. And I mean, Jen also said in the post match is like, you're in New York or you're from New York. It's rumored like you might play in the live event.
Yeah.
News is also being rumored to be playing in the live event too. So it's like, oof, undercard.
God, that would be
Come
so
on.
good.
That'd be great. Those two characters going up against those two vibes.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
That'd be amazing. I would love to see
and then
that.
to have the contrast of Koi versus Gucci. Mwah, cherry on top.
That'd be fantastic. But Ty Lieberman, man, like a couple of rough. It was
young
it was
adult
not bad.
Wasn't a
Not a
brute
strength.
of his. I mean, granted, he didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Just to be fair, he just checked down twice.
It's not. You can tell it's not like a, hey, yeah, I can go perfect. It's not a strength of his, but it's not like a. Sometimes there's people like when you get a weakness, it's like, oh my god,
you get blown out.
Yeah, might as well just pack it up. Like it's not a strength of his, but it's like he did really well.
Yeah.
So but I want to see more of Ty because again, I love the character.
He's got a great personality.
I want to know if he's playing mind games with all these theatrics.
Yeah.
Because it's such an underhanded way of doing it. And it's effortless because it's like, oh, well, I'm eating stuff and he's throwing. It's like it's distracting.
Yeah, throwing shrimp tails everywhere.
Yeah, so changing scarves in the middle of the match, it's got to be mind games.
Yeah, Gucci shirtless wearing a scarf. The matching
matching
scarf,
scarves. That's what I'm saying. Is it there's a point to where it's theatrics and there's a point to where it's intentional theatrics to distract your opponent.
Right.
So.
Oh man, now I can't wait to see him play again to see if I can pick up on any of that.
He has to go into the tournament, man.
A little too oblivious over here.
Yeah, he has to go in the tournament. You go like who's. Because Ty looked real good in his first match.
From the exchange, I mean, obviously Nooms.
Yeah, obviously Nooms.
JTE and Roca.
I think you save Barbarian for the IG match, and then
just so he doesn't get too burnt out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then maybe like a Lieberman Radis, or you've also got I think her name is Taylor Robinson.
They have another person that's yet to debut, a female competitor from.
She was in the
She was in the
The free for all, and she had a delightful accent. Her name just escapes me right now. I think I don't know Taylor Robinson. I think I'm wrong. Don't listen to me. Anyways, but yeah, they definitely have people.
Oh yeah, they have,
which is a good problem to have. But it's also like which one?
Like the Star Wars tournament's 8 competitor. What does the dungeon do?
Yeah, it's crazy because there are factions that have 2, 3, and 1 or 2 have 4 Star Wars players.
Yeah, the dungeon is 4. So it's like, who do we put in?
Yeah.
Molly Damon just went for number. You gave her a good enough break.
Yeah.
Put her in.
Do
you put her in?
Do you see a big improvement from Adam Witt? Do you want to give him another shot?
Hoey did really well in his debut. Mara wants to jump into Star Wars. What do you do?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the exchange has that problem with singles, but granted, it's a 32 competitor tournament. So
a lot. I think it's like 4 people per faction.
Yeah, per faction. So we'll see.
Wait. Oh my God, math is really part of our lives.
Math is very essential.
There's 9 factions, 4 per faction, a beautiful mind, 36 competitors.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because
36, sorry.
If you do 9 multiplication tables, 9 times 4, I think I've done this before. I'm getting deja vu. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we did
30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 36. That's how you figure 9s.
We did this last time for last year's tournament. Yeah.
Oh. That's why it sounds so familiar.
That's why you don't crap on math.
That's why you don't shit on math publicly. It really is so essential to my daily functions all the time.
At least the 4 horsemen of math.
My dailies.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It is so pervasive in my life.
Great match. This is a really good match. 2 people that don't compete like rookies, especially Horowitz. I'm so hyped.
He's so sneaky good.
I'm so hyped to see him in this next match.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see him. I'm really hoping on Horowitz Nooms.
Because in his debut match in the team's tournament, I was like, whoa, he was the better player that day. Is it like, beginner's luck? Then his rookie debut in the singles is like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then this match, he goes perfect minus the bonus.
Right.
It's like
he's doing pretty good.
He's doing really well. I cannot wait. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Next match, we got an IG match.
Oof.
We got Amaru Moses of the Usual Suspects versus Moose Haas of the Finstock Exchange. Let's do it.
Okay, so we have to address it. The audio.
Oh, right.
This was a rough watch.
That was a hard watch.
This is a little hard to watch.
Mark and Christian did everything they could.
Yeah. I mean, what you can do when disasters happen like this with audio. I don't know exactly what happened. They might have explained it. I didn't watch the beginning of it. I just jumped in I was doing other things.
When it was
studying
premiering.
for Star Wars.
Got things to do with busy.
I got a big match coming up, so I had to study for that.
Big match.
But so something happened to the audio, so they had to come in and basically audio book it and tell you what was going on, what they said, what was being said, the questions and everything. And
yeah, it was hard. It was hard because there were some times, like especially after round 1, when they weren't showing their answers, that they were just speaking their answers out loud. And it was
like,
kind of
what do you say?
Oh, what was the answer there? I don't know. I got it right though.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? The fun thing about it was, and not that I want it to become a thing because that would be whoa, but the fun thing about it was them being able to play along. That was fun.
That was fun, yeah.
And
it was like a play along with Mark Ellis.
It felt
and
like a
Chris
podcast.
Yeah.
Like it was fun. So they made their lemonade out of their lemons. It was
life gives you lemons.
Life gives you lemons. Yeah, no. What are you gonna do? They did the most that they could do. So that's all you can do. Good job, guys.
So we'll do our best to recap because there are some times when we don't know what they said.
I think I got it all covered because round 3, I definitely Googled everything.
Yeah,
that
the correct
I wasn't
answer,
sure
but
of.
we don't know for sure what they said though. If they got something wrong.
Oh, word.
So
that's true.
We're gonna do our best to cover this match because.
Okay.
Yeah.
Round 1, they both got perfect rounds. Easy peasy.
Boom.
Don't worry there.
Watch those videos on this channel.
Yes. Also, they both got the bonus 11-11 after round 1. Round 2, Moose spins away from TMNT, the Turtles. He gets Middle Earth. Oh,
rough category for everybody. If you're not named Rachel Cushing, Robert Parker, and Kevin Smets.
Ben Goddard.
Oh, and Ben Goddard. Sorry.
Also,
Sorry, Ben.
I got you, Ben. I don't think you're watching. At me.
At me if he's wrong.
Because I don't believe it. You're not watching. So he had a 2-point miss.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No steal. He had a multiple choice. He missed it. It was stolen. Another 2-point miss. That was also stolen.
Rough second round.
Amaru goes. He spins away from mixed bag. Of course. Gets opponent's choice. Ooh. You figure they'd give him mixed bag.
Bagged, yeah.
Not just because he spun it the first time. Not like, the last match where they gave him video game because he spun video game, but just because mixed bag and IG, oh boy, you're going to have to do mental gymnastics all over the world.
And I'm not sure we know what Amaru's weaknesses are at this point. He only played one match. So
that's the thing about people. It's the first season. You don't really know all that kind of stuff. But in any case, they went with fantasy sci-fi. It turns out that it wasn't a bad choice because he did go to multiple choice 3 times. He got 2 of them, missed 1, and that 1 was stolen. So actually not a bad slice to give him because fantasy sci-fi in IG might as well be mixed bag.
It is technically,
So
it's a very broad category.
Almost all of IG be considered fantasy sci-fi?
I mean,
kind of. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying 100%, but a lot of it. I mean, you got Rocket Raccoon running around. You got a Groot. That's all pretty fantasy and sci-fi.
Lord of the Rings is,
Star Wars, Star Trek, a lot of things that are going to be under the IG umbrella are probably going to be fantasy / sci-fi. So they basically did give him mixed bag. So I guess good job, guys.
Yeah, but it's just a more specific.
It seems like it's a little bit more focused.
Yeah.
16-20 in favor of Amaru. Round 3. 2-pointer from Moose. Who said it? Which MCU character said, "You made my men, some of the most highly trained professionals in the world, look like a bunch of minimum wage mall cops"? Paul Blart Mall Cop. Agent Coulson.
I said Nick Fury, which was like the easy trick answer. But I forget that Coulson said it in Thor.
Who cares? Not Star Wars. 3-pointer from Moose. Batman. Who plays Gene? Great name. The producer of Marie Franklin's late night TV show and Joker. Haven't seen it. Mark Maron.
Heard it's good.
Got it. 2-pointer from Moses. Star Wars.
Oh.
Never seen that. What event causes the great disturbance?
Every day, more lies.
Every day. What event causes the great disturbance in the Force as felt by Obi-Wan Kenobi? The destruction of Alderaan. Got it. 5-pointer from Moose. Hello? Planet of the Apes. Hey, yo, Roddy McDowell. Roddy McDowell played 2 different characters in the theatrical Planet of the Apes. Theatrical? Is that word supposed to be there?
Theatrical
Planet
release,
of the Apes franchise. Name both. This is one where I'm like, I think I have the answer because I Googled it.
There's no way to confirm it.
I looked on like, it was like a Wikipedia for Planet of the Apes, and it actually gave like 3 different names, but I'm, tried to lip read a little bit. I think it's Caesar and Cornelius.
Speaking of lip reading, I had a conversation with my coworker about how much you don't realize you lip read until you go out into public with the mask.
I look at people's mouths all the time when they talk.
So like before, it's like when you're like, what did he say? Oh, yeah. And you realize you lip read.
I try not to look because I don't want people to think I'm not paying attention or like maybe they got something on their face. But yeah, no, I look at people's mouths a lot.
Yeah, but then you put the mask on out in public, obviously, and then they go, huh? It's like,
yeah.
I'm sorry?
Especially for people that are hard of hearing, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Like my grandfather is really hard of hearing, so it's hard to talk to someone like that with a mask.
ASL.
Me too. Those were good times.
Took 2 years of it and realized it didn't count towards my foreign language credits.
That's garbage.
That's dumb. It had to be a romantic languge.
No, that's garbage.
It's garbage. It's foreign to you?
Do you speak it? Well, I know you don't speak ASL, but do you do it? No,
then
that means it's foreign to you.
It's foreign to you.
Dumb.
It was such a great time. I loved sign language.
It was a good time.
Great.
Man, could you imagine finding our old assignments where we had to do like video assignments?
I think I can find those actually because you had to put it. Because we had to post it on YouTube.
No thanks.
Oh God,
those were good times though.
Great time. I loved ASL.
It blows my mind how people that do ASL or any kind of sign language can sign so fast, and that people that they talk to, the fact that they are like lightning with their hands when they're spelling things ridiculous. Out. The fact that somebody can look at that hand and decipher what they're doing sign by sign, it blows my mind.
Well, like I think they did a study about this, about like you can get the first and last letter of something
and kind of fill in
the blanks.
See the basic shapes in between and fill it in the blanks.
Yeah.
Still way too hard for me.
Watch somebody that does sign language and spell out like a long. Remember that one guy that does songs and he said he spelled out what is it? Kicking to the curve like Mick Jagger. He spelled out Mick Jagger, and it was like what?
It's just a big flurry of fingers. Like, I don't know how.
I was like, what?
It is fascinating. Yeah. Like if there's ever something on TV or whatever where there's an ASL interpreter, I can't tell you anything about what the speech was about. I'm just watching that interpreter. Like, wow, this talent.
Sign language. It was so much fun.
It's really cool. 3-pointer for Moses. Star Trek in Star Trek Nemesis. Who plays the Reman?
Remen? I think it's Remen.
Viceroy.
It's not Star Wars, so I don't know.
Thank you. V'Krook. Another downfall to not having audio in this match because how do you say that?
It blows my mind that like they have access unless it's only for like a certain day that they have it and then they scrap it and it's restricted or something like that. Why didn't they have the answer sheets in front of them so they're like, all right, so this is the question we asked and
maybe it was a hectic last minute thing.
Maybe it was.
Where it was like, hey, we got to get this out, you know?
I don't know.
Who knows? But in any case, me reading these words is like any other person reading Star Wars words. It's like, what?
Space words, man.
These are just a bunch of letters.
This is a bunch of different space words.
V'Krook. It's like you just took a bag of Scrabble tiles and just picked out some letters.
That is the joke. That's the joke about Star Trek names.
That's what it is. Star Trek.
Who needs that's it? The name.
Who needs it? Who plays
It's a good franchise.
Remen Viceroy V'Krook. Ron Perlman. Got it. 5-pointer for Moses. Indiana Jones. In Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, what is the name of the secret group that has been charged with protecting the Grail?
Oh, this is a hell of a question.
Woof. Brotherhood of the Cruciform Sword.
Ooh.
My man knocked it out of the park. Damn. Got it right with that. 26 to 30 in favor of Amaru Moses, taking it home to the suspects.
Another win that you guys need. And now he goes on to face Saul.
I believe so, yeah.
At Collision.
That's going to be
number
rough.
one contender match,
because
I'm pretty sure.
Saul's looking...
He's looking dangerous, man.
Yeah.
He's out for blood. Like...
I know I wouldn't want to be facing that man.
No.
He is on a mission.
Yeah, and the same could have been said about Haas, too, because like he looked lethal in this last match, but just got a really rough category in the second round that just sank him because it really came down to that second round. That second round just... You couldn't recover from that. A
2-point steal and a 1-point steal. That's rough. It's
rough.
Hard to recover from.
From in any division, that's hard to come back from.
Yeah.
So,
But my God, Amaru has his work cut out for him going against Saul. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be a rough match. And I know that we were spouting off before about like rookies against rookies. Well, actually, Saul's not a rookie. Never mind. Erase that. Then I guess that means it'll be a real test for Amaru. But it's gonna be because he's a top pick for the suspects. So here's your chance.
Number 2 pick overall.
Here's your chance to really show him why. And
prove
Saul,
your worth against this, because Saul is no scrapper. He's not no scrapper.
He's no pushover.
He's no pushover. He's a scrapper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be a tough out at a big pay-per-view.
Yeah.
A four match pay-per-view.
Do you remember if IG is live or taped?
I think it's live. I think they're all pre-taped.
Wait, what?
IG.
Collision.
I think it's all. Spoiler, they're all pre-taped. But
I thought the 2 of them were in.
No, they're in studio.
In studio as opposed to digital.
I think got it. So yeah, so Collision is a hybrid event where the Star Wars.
I was thinking it was like live.
Star Wars, the Kevin Smith, Marisol McKee match will be digital.
Yeah.
And then the IG and Teams title will be in studio. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, it's not a secret because I'm pretty sure somebody asked about. I don't know if it was a Star Wars match specifically. But they were like, "Oh, are these gonna be pre-taped?" And he goes, "Yes." And I went, "Okay, that makes me feel better about saying it."
Yeah, no, especially title matches.
You could get 5 rounds. A lot can go wrong.
Pretty certain.
Look what happened with this match with the audio. I mean, you don't want. I mean, I don't know if that happened in the moment or afterward or whatever. But when you got a high stakes match, you don't want anything. I wouldn't want to be sorting out a technical issue in front of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
If anybody's like, I want it to be live, Christian, it's like, think of the technical.
We still have to put on a show, and if technical issues just halt it to a grunt. Like,
and if you've got a match, whether it be a title match or a regular match, and there's a challenge, isn't it nice to cut that wait time for the audience to this rather than waiting this whole time? You know, yes, obviously it builds the tension, but sometimes like, okay, enough. What's the decision?
Yeah.
So, you know, I will never knock a not live match ever because it's a lot.
I'd rather watch a finished product than.
Exactly.
There's certain sports where like, watching it live is the only way to watch it.
Who's going to watch that on replay?
Like live sports is fun, but like when it's trivia,
you can get away with it.
You can get away with it. Give me a finished, polished product.
Yeah.
Give me the best product possible. And pre-recording is the best way to do that.
And also, wouldn't it be nice? I don't know if they're going to do it for Collision, but wouldn't it be nice for it to be polished, like you said, and to have the scores on the screen instead of the rolling thing?
Especially since it's sponsored.
Oh, that's right. It's
sponsored. We got to put the best product out there, especially since it's being sponsored by a big corporation.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's huge.
It's a huge thing for...
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to the Schmoedown, because this is how we grow.
Yeah.
This is certainly how we grow. I mean, can you imagine being sponsored by Captain Morgan and then putting out like all these technical issues? It's like, dude, what? It's
like, no, we got to put our best foot forward.
Yeah, the reps come out and you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's trivia. It's trivia. This is how it happens.
No, I'd much rather have a finished product, an edited product.
Yeah.
Nerd Chronic's a wizard.
Yeah. And the editing staff. It's not just Nerd Chronic.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. So everybody behind the scenes, all the editors and everything like that, give them time to do everything to make it look good for this new sponsor. And it's like, this is what we can give you.
Yeah. And also it's just the editors, yes, and sponsors, yes. But also I think it's just less strain on the announcers.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine, oh, the digital wheel broke and we're live.
Yeah.
What do you do? Anyways, all right.
Draw names out of a hat and animate a wheel. It's like, oh, look at the spin. Look at the spin.
Woof. Can you imagine them like in a hat, like jingling it around like, oh, you got Return of the Jedi. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the battlefield, the pay-per-view.
Ooh.
We have.
Big one. This one, it was actually live.
This one was actually live, I believe. And
you got to give it to him every once in a while.
It's the only card. No undercard, no overcard. This was the only card.
Hashtag the only card.
Hashtag only card. Single card events. We've got Ben, the boss, Batemen of the Dungeon versus Ethan, big time Erwin of the Usual Suspects. And this is a #1 contender match, if I'm not mistaken.
Winner goes on to face Dangerous Dan Merrill in future date for the singles title.
Right. And a lot on the line here because, yes, the suspects need points.
And
also, it's huge for the dungeon because if they win, it's guaranteed dungeon points because it's going to be dungeon on dungeon, dungeon on dungeon action.
Yeah, because thank you for writing in the comments. The triple threat thing is no longer a thing. All the managers got together. They voted against it.
There you go.
And it's no thing. So it's like points is points now. So
I'm good with that decision.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I was good with it either way, but this way makes sense. It's like, why are you gonna introduce more headaches to yourself? So
throwing in monkey wrenches.
Yeah, throwing in monkey wrenches. So it's like just let it play out. The things will correct themselves as they go. Yeah. So the force will find it. The force finds a way.
Round 1. They both got perfect rounds. Oh boy, here we go. This kind of match.
Gonna be this kind of match.
However, Ben did miss the bonus. So with that, 8-9 in favor of Erwin. Round 2, Ethan decides to go first. He spins Nicole Kidman. He goes to multiple choice one time, got it. Ben goes. He spins away from spy films, gets Tyler Perry.
You think he likes that category?
I think it's his strength. And he gets a perfect round 2. Good job, Ben.
Good for you.
I say that like I don't like. I love Ben.
Oh yeah.
This was a very confusing match.
You've
for me.
said it several times in the show that Ben's your favorite competitor.
Yeah, this was a confusing match for me because I love Ben Bateman, and also I'm on a team with Ethan Erwin, and I want him to win, but I also love Ben.
And you don't want the dungeon to get any more points.
I don't want the dungeon to extend their lead anymore. They already are, Yeah. So this is a confusing match, but whatever. So perfect round 2 for Ben. Good job. 16-16. Round 3. 2-pointer for Ethan. Crime. She's back, baby.
She's back, baby.
Who plays the lead role? I'm going to have to apologize to everybody here. This is all speech to text.
It's not perfect.
And it was a live match. So picture me.
Trying to repeat them.
Picture us watching the match live as it's happening. I got my speech to text. Mark's reading the question and I'm saying it as Mark is saying it on like a 1 or 2 second delay.
Like an interpreter.
Like he starts saying it and I'm like on a 1 or 2 word delay and I'm trying to say it and listen to the next words from him and say it into my phone. So I can't guarantee what you're going to get here. Anyways.
Yeah, the benefit of non-live matches, you get the ticker or the graphic of the thing.
Yeah.
So you can say it along with him.
Yeah. And I didn't go back and check myself. So
you're going to wreck yourself.
If you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Right?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Marilyn Monroe, maybe. I don't know who said that. Anyway, who plays the lead role of Little Grams in 2002's Red Dragon? Little Grams? That can't be right. Edward Norton. He got it. 2-pointer for Ben. Biopics. Gary Oldman won an Oscar for playing what famous British Prime Minister in the film Darkest Hour? Winston Churchill. Got it. 3-pointer for Ethan. Oh, I forgot how this match ends. Oh boy, I just remembered.
You just remembered?
Yeah.
Ooh.
3-pointer for Ethan. 1980s in the Goonies. Never seen it. What is the name of the pirate whose ship the kids are in search of? Is that the one with the truffle shuffle?
Yes.
Hey, you guys.
Yes. Oh my God. I mean, go back and watch it now. It'll be, oh God, if you watch this movie, you're like, what's the big deal?
You think I'll like it?
It's a movie that's definitely of its time.
It's a cult classic. Is it a cult classic or is it bigger than that?
It's a very popular movie. But
is it a comedy?
No. It's a kids film about kids that go out.
Sandlot like?
Yes. That's a very good comparison. It's of that era.
Okay.
It's
kids getting into hijinks.
Yes, it's definitely a movie that's again of its time. So if you show somebody that's never seen it now that likes movie of this era,
like it's lame.
I can see that happening with you, but it's such a great movie. Oh
I mean,
my God.
if I know,
it's a rainy day, stay from home. You're sick from home, and you put on the Goonies.
If I go into it with the right mind frame.
If you're not Andrew Dimalanta, your snow day movie is the Goonies. It's not Return of the Jedi 3 times in a row.
It is?
Yeah.
The Goonies?
Yeah, the Goonies. It's a good movie.
Mine's Monster-in-Law. No, I mean, that's one of them. There's more.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? It's like, oh man, I have nothing to do. What do we put on? We put the Goonies on.
Well, we've been together for... how many years? Since 2007. Here we go. Math again. Jesus, it's everywhere. It's so pervasive. We've been together since 2007, and not once have we put on the Goonies.
It's been that long. That's all?
That's it.
That's all?
That's only how long it's been.
Really? That's all?
That's not how long we've been married. We started dating in 2007. We got married in 2014.
Yes.
But it all counts.
Mini panic attack in my head every time that question comes up.
I even have to think about it sometimes, so you get a pass. I even hesitated for half a second there. 2014?
Yeah.
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 No.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. What are you thinking?
No, because I remember distinctly I didn't want to propose in the year 2013. And we planned for our wedding for a year.
You proposed to me at the very end of 2012 because that was the year that the world was supposed to end.
That's right.
According to the Mayan calendar.
Yeah, that's right. So
and
I
felt like
proposed,
it because
I
that was a
proposed
bad
to you
year.
New Year's Eve 2012.
Yes. And then we planned all of 2013.
That's right. Sorry. That's right.
Please. Please don't insult me. Where are we? Goonies. One-Eyed Willie. Hell of a name.
Yeah.
Got it. 3-pointer for Ben. DiCaprio. Which DiCaprio film has supporting roles from famous directors Spike Jonze, Rob Reiner, and Jon Favreau? The Wolf of Wall Street. Got it. 5. Anytime I hear Spike Jonze, I think of Mike Jones. Wasn't that... Whatever. Let's blow past that. Mike Jones. It wasn't that like a guy that was like a music producer in like the early 2000s? I don't know.
Don't ask me.
I'm going to have
music.
to Google that later because I always think of that.
Don't ask me about music. I'm terrible with music.
5-pointer
Is it K-pop?
for Ethan. I heard that. 5-pointer for Ethan, 2010s. I have asterisks next to this question, which is never a good sign. Those are usually a note for me to go back and double check myself, and I didn't. So I'm about to wreck myself. 2010s.
Didn't do your homework.
Famke, sure didn't. Famke Janssen plays the evil witch Muriel, sick name, in what 2013 film with Gemma Arterton? That can't be right. Arterton? That can't be right. Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. Got it. Good job, Ethan. Okay, here we go. 5-pointer for Ben. Here's where it gets spicy. 5-pointer for Ben, directors. What Oscar-winning actor directed the films Drive, He Said, and Going South? Okay.
Now pay attention to how Nikki said that.
So, okay. Let's just say it's Jack Nicholson is the answer. He missed it. And it was definitely challenged. Mm-hmm. So, and I have to say I probably was pulling for Ethan in this match because factions. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, even as the person that I might not have necessarily been pulling for, once they've submitted their challenge, I'm like 100% yes, they are correct.
Yes.
And this challenge should be upheld.
Absolutely. Because this has to be nominated for Moment of the Year. Because at least the nomination, this one, the gall to challenge in that moment where you thought you lost. Yes. Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar.
And for it to be on a challenge that's very like,
yeah. Okay. So the issue was, and I know that I'm preaching to the choir. I'm sure anybody who's watching this is aware of what happened. Yeah. But just for fun. So I made the same assumption. Mm-hmm. Like as I'm speech to texting and whatever, and going back and adding punctuation and fixing spelling mistakes, mm-hmm. I wrote drive, comma, he said, comma, which actually probably isn't Oxford commas. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And going south. Yeah. So I thought it was drive. Isn't that a Ryan? What's his face?
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Gosling. Sorry.
That's the one. It's a Ryan Gosling film. Yeah. I've seen that. I was forced to watch that. I thought Drive, that movie with Ryan Gosling. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, he said, that must be an old movie because I've never heard of that. Yeah, I never heard of it. But I blew past it because I was like, well, I'm obviously not, William Bibiani or Dan Murrell. Mm-hmm. Maybe it is a movie I've just never heard of. And Going South. So we thought that it was Drive, he said, and Going South. But in actuality, it was Drive, he said. The whole title of the movie did have a comma in it. So it's only 2 movies and not 3 movies they're referencing. 2 movies, not 3 movies. And the whole title was Drive, he said, with a comma in between the Drive and he said. The one thing that I'm curious about, and I'm sure they probably talked about it on some after show, and I'm probably not going to see it. Yeah. But I wonder, because Adam Witt was the step-in manager for this match. Mm-hmm. I want to know, was this Adam who helmed this challenge or Ben once he heard the answer, because that means that, it makes me almost think that maybe it was Adam whose idea it was, because that would mean that Adam had to have known that Drive, he said, was a movie.
Yeah, and he heard
How would you...
Yeah, and he heard the inflection in Ellis's voice. It's like Drive. He said...
Because there was a repeat or two used, and I guess in like the first one or two, Mark read it as Drive, he said, and Going South. And then I guess in the last iteration of the repeat, I would have to go back and rewatch it, but supposedly he said it more like Drive, he said, and Going South. So it actually sounded more like two movies instead of three. Yeah. So I don't know if it was Adam being like, no. That was... You made it sound like three movies and it was two, which would be very impressive.
Yeah, because Ben focused in on Drive. He's like,
I did too, because that's the only movie I knew.
But he's like actor, director. So then he named the actor that was in the movie that he knew also directed films.
Right.
And he ended up being wrong.
Right.
So...
And then Sam Levine comes in and for the rebuttal and saying, well, you obviously didn't know who did Going South, so blah, blah, blah. But then again, Drive is a very right there movie. You know, that's what I'm going to latch on to.
Yeah.
You know, just like Ben did. And I don't know. Like, I thought it was a fantastic challenge.
I think personally, I think it was it was a valid challenge. It was a great challenge because, speaking from a competitor standpoint, sometimes one part of a question will stick out at you and that's all you focus on. And when you don't recognize the second half of the question, you're like, Drive, who directed Drive?
Yeah, because when there's certain, like they do it a lot with movie release dates, like they'll give you 3 movies and maybe you don't know the movie release date for one of those movies and you used one or two of the others as the context clue for you. So you're going to go, I don't know about that third movie, but I know this one.
Yeah.
So that might be what was going on in Ben's head was, well, I don't know who did Going South, but I feel like I know who did Drive.
Yeah, and
so that's what I'm going to focus on. And I'd never heard of He Said.
Yeah.
Because it's not a real movie, I guess. But I completely understand what was probably going on in Ben's head. And I think it was a fantastic use of the challenge, especially in a high stakes moment like that. I don't know if they actually said that and your winner. They did, right?
They did. But then Mark's like, oh, no, we better hold back because we have a challenge on the board.
Exactly. So, you know, the challenge was issued. There was a rebuttal from Sam. But in the end, the challenge was upheld and they threw out the question because I guess Mark kind of was like, I thought that it was 3 movies, I guess, initially or whatever.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like now, you know,
it's a learning opportunity.
It's a learning opportunity for not just the competitors, but for the writing staff as well. But it's
maybe if there's a movie title with a comma in it and you're listing movies, maybe you put quotation marks around the film.
Brackets or something.
Or brackets,
or italicize it, bold it, and it's like, this is one movie.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a way to improve moving forward. If you're listing movies in a sequential fashion and one of those movies is not hyphenated, but
a comma,
a title with a comma in it, we should be more careful about that next time.
Put it last.
Put it last.
Yeah.
Or I think the better cue for the announcer would be to put it in brackets, put it in quotation marks. So, you know, this is all one title.
Start and be like, hey, be aware. Yeah. This is one movie.
It's all in the inflection with how it's read in this
because
case.
We ran into this, a couple of weeks ago with
Steph
Sabra, how she...
With Clee Wiggins.
And like she worded her the way she read the question. It's like, it sounded like you were asking for the characters
it was like,
and not the movie.
It was like, what, name the movie... blah, 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 in which two characters. And she answered which 2 characters instead of the movie because of the inflection with which it was read. So, you know, I feel like this specific thing with Mark, don't blame. I don't know if anybody's dragging Mark, but I would have made the exact same mistake. And I did when I was writing it down. And especially
because maybe Mark just wasn't aware that it was one film.
Well, and we looked up Drive, he said, and it's a 1971 movie. And it's an older movie.
Yeah. Mark Ellis is a former champion, but how long ago was that? And Mark's he probably wasn't aware.
Yeah. Mark's out of it. He's out of the game. He's an announcer now. He's not competing. So maybe he's never heard of Drive, he said. Obviously, otherwise he would have read it differently. So anyways, the challenge was upheld. The question was thrown out and the decision was made to give Ben a new question.
Director's question, yeah.
The new question was, what director helmed the 1990 Jamie Lee Curtis film Blue Steel? Catherine Bigelow. He got it. Uh-oh.
Sudden death.
Now we go to sudden death. That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you could tell Ethan was a little frustrated.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because he's
unflappable.
Yeah,
unbothered by anything.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was reading his body language wrong. But I feel like watching, I was like, ooh, I think Ethan's a little upset.
Yeah, because he went on to like explain his frustrations afterwards. It's like, had the question been worded or been asked properly, quote unquote, sorry.
Yeah.
Would you have gotten it anyways? And Ben being the competitor that he is like, it doesn't matter because I focused in on one thing anyways.
Which I agree with his answer.
I agree
with his answer. Regardless of his answer to Ethan's question, it doesn't matter.
This is a rough situation for all parties involved.
Yeah.
Not just competitors.
That's a tough situation. Yeah. And I feel bad for Mark because I hope he didn't feel bad.
Throw the phone against the wall.
So 26-26, we're heading into sudden death. And here I'm thinking like, oh my God.
Yeah.
If because of a single title with a certain kind of inflection, if now the dungeon lost and now they didn't, and then they go on to win, oh my God.
Yeah. But... yeah.
But whatever, the Schmoedown gods have a way.
The force will balance itself out.
Sudden death. Question 1, Gregory Peck. They both missed. Question 2, Expendables. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the answer, and that was what Ethan wrote. And when he showed his answer, Ben showed his answer. I think he literally said, congratulations, Ben, because he didn't think he got it right. Mm-hmm. And then, and your winner, Ethan Erwin, he got it right.
Yeah.
I think he genuinely thought, like, yeah, congrats, Ben, you did it.
Ben answered so confidently.
I forgot what Ben wrote down.
Ben wrote Goldberg, whatever his Goldberg's first name is. I think it's Bill Goldberg. I don't know. Bill.
But yeah, no, Ben missed
Former
it.
Cardinals football player, apparently.
26-27 in favor of Ethan Erwin and the suspects taking home, what is that, 4 points? And now he's a number 1 contender.
4 points. Number 1 contender's opportunity for 7 points is up for grabs now.
Huge.
And the rest of the factions cry out in joy.
Yeah.
Because had Ben won this one, it would have been an automatic
7 or 8 points or whatever.
7 or 8 points right there.
To the dungeon, regardless of what happened. There's no way one of them isn't going to win. So it would have been guaranteed points to the dungeon.
And at this point, I actually got the graphics. So at this point in time, it went away with the...
Oh, Jesus.
God.
I think he had faction standings up.
I did. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, so after this win, the dungeon is in first place still with 45 points, a significant lead over everybody else. The exchange is at 36. Corruption 31, tied. So we're tied at third place for corruption, 31 apiece with the corruption and the mercs. The den is at 27. The suspects, so this is the much needed points are at 20 after that win. Swag and Stars are in trouble. Swag is at 12, Stars with 11. Mm-hmm. So this was big because
this was huge for the suspects and for I guess everybody else who's not the dungeon.
Yeah, the dungeon could have just they would have started running away with it. With the 4 points on that, they would have been at 49.
Oh my God, math again.
Yeah, and then add either 7 or 8 points to that, up into the high 50s. Come on now.
That would have been rough.
That would have been really hard for everybody else to come back from. So it's worked out for everybody.
Yeah. And they still have the chance to get those however many points if Dan happens to win.
Yeah.
But at least it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. So, but also... tournaments are just around the corner. Mm-hmm. So look what happened last year. Don't count your win before the season's over.
You can't count anybody out, no matter where they are.
There are title shots that are around the corner. Swag still has two guaranteed title shots coming up with Star Wars and IG.
Yeah.
And they have
Star Wars and IG.
Laura and Chandra. Chandra just won his number 1 contender.
Oh, well, then they have a third one with Paulo Yama's free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't know where Paul's going to use that, though.
Well, but it's still a guaranteed
thing.
Still guaranteed. So they have 3 title shots, basically.
Yeah, thank you for correcting my words.
Right?
Well, yeah, so Swag can just boom, 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 boom. Then go into the tournaments and rack more up. Yeah. So there's nobody's out of it at this point, but it looks... It's concerning at this point for people like Swag and Stars. Yeah. But just like the suspects look to be in trouble. Rewind a couple of weeks back, but now you guys are winning. Amru just won. Ethan just won. Frank just won. Yeah. So it's back-to-back wins. So a lot more season to be. I think we're only halfway through the season. There's still more stuff to be played. So
Collision is basically the halfway point, right?
This just made it not easier, but it made it gettable for everybody else now that Ben lost. So now they're not padding their lead that they just did. So
yeah, if Dan wins, that's another story, but at least it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. So, but that challenge, it has to be moment of the year nomination.
Yeah.
I would say this match also would just solely for that challenge, it has to be at least a match of the year nomination. Because it went into sudden death. We had another reversal of like, oh, and your winner. Wait, no, not so fast.
Yeah.
Not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
So good match.
Oh, it was a nail biter for sure. When that challenge happened, it was a nail biter.
Yeah, we were both.
And then when
like,
Ben got the second 5-pointer right, oh my god, I was like,
what?
are you kidding me?
You got to be kidding me.
He's gonna win this match now.
It's like, come on, man, we just won.
Yeah, we need this more than you do.
Yeah, and Ethan thinking he lost. I was like, oh, I guess I won.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that had to have been an emotional roller coaster for Ethan. But in any case, looking at the Schmoedown website, I don't currently see a schedule for July because we are at the very, very, very tail end of June here. So not really sure what's on the slate, but I'm sure that we'll find out soon we do know that
Collision is at the end of the July.
Is that for sure?
I'm pretty sure it's July 31st. I've heard Christian say it in matches. I've seen it on Reddit and in Facebook. So all the cards are set for that. So for Collision, we can at least mention Collision at the end of the month, which is the event will open with the Star Wars Championship match between Lights Out Laura Kelly and the champion. I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
Andrew Dimalanta. Hello. So me and Laura will open the event with a Star Wars title. Then I'll kick to IG with Saul and
Amaru Moses, the
number one IG contender match. And then another number one contender match between Kevin Smith and Marisol Lady Justice, Marisol McKee. And then the main event, the overcard, will be the challengers of Corruption taking on the current team's champions, looking to defend those titles, Shazam.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rematch because the last time these two people faced, we took the belt from Corruption. I say we. I wasn't on the fashion at that time.
Well, I mean, it works.
It works out. But yeah, great. It'll be a good event, but we wish we could talk about the upcoming matches this week, but we just don't know what they are. Yeah.
We'll find out I'm sure soon enough because, I mean, unless they make an announcement like no matches this week.
I doubt that.
I doubt that. I'm sure that it's just, I don't know. There's a lot going on.
It's a lot to keep up with.
I know we've had a lot going on, so I'm sure the Schmoedown does too. But yeah.
Anyways. All right. So that was this week's matches. Great matches. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta. Where can they find you online?
Why we do this every single time.
Yeah, it's coming eventually. Eventually.
We'll see. You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
It tells it, make me work for it. It'll work for me.
Yeah.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA. If you listen to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell. Click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner and see when we do things on YouTube.
The other things we were doing on YouTube, of course, is the Radcast. We're making up for last week. Radcast will go up this week. Promise, unless something else happens.
Please, no.
No.
I've had enough.
No, we do not need another thing to happen.
I've had enough.
I'm also on TikTok now.
Look at that. I've created a monster.
I posted one video.
I'm like,
it's a video you've all already seen.
TikTok is great, and I love it. And I've been telling him for so long, like, you'd love TikTok.
It's mindless scrolling.
Like, you'd love it.
I learned how to wrap my power cable like a freaking parachuter.
And then he makes a TikTok, joins today, and he's been on it a lot. So it's like
not a lot.
I've created a monster.
I've been on it enough.
Enough.
Let's put it that way. Anyways, thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.